So I want to start the video off saying Merry Christmas, everybody. I know it's a little bit late. I know it's going to be a few days after Christmas, but I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. Christmas is honestly my favorite season and my favorite holiday in general, so the peak happiness has already happened. It only goes downhill from here for the rest of the year and the next one. Hope you guys have a good New Year as well, because I don't know if I'll be uploading before or after or whatever between that. I may just wait till the new year. Also, I get an Elite strap for my Quest 3 now, so I have 2 extra batteries. So playtime's going up, which means more footage for you guys on the VR game. So that also means please recommend me some new games, because I'm kind of running out of games, and we're going to talk about the newest game so far, Exfil Zone. Since I've been doing so much more Tabor content, honestly, a lot of people have been coming in my stream and being like, hey, have you tried Exfil Zone? It's much better than Tabor. And you guys know me. I'm known as the guy that like talks shit on Tabor a lot. So I'm obviously a little biased too, because I mean, it's a Contractors game. You guys know how much I love the original Contractors game, let alone you get into Showdown and stuff like that. So I was a little more optimistic than your average Joe. I knew it was going to be pretty much just like Tabor in my mind, but this game has a lot more to it than that. The first thing I noticed about this game is people keep telling me, oh, it's a lot more cartoony, it's a lot more arcade feely. The gunfights, literally, there's no HUD at all, just like Tabor. The gun handling isn't cartoony, because how is gun handling cartoony? How does it feel fake when it feels better than Tabor? It actually has weight to the guns, recoil to the guns, way better, more realistic. You have to actually load the mags properly, but I'll get into more of that later. It just feels better in that aspect. Okay, and when you heal yourself, guess what? You literally can black your arms out, so you can break arms when they shoot you, it's unusable. Your aim will actually sway when you get hurt really bad. You have to inject yourself in certain areas with deadeners so you can step on the leg that's hurt or heal whatever. In Tabor, if you drop off something, you just fall over and die from fall damage. In this game, if you drop off something really heavy, you'll break both your legs and you have to try and heal them and walk around literally disabled. This game is so much more like Tarkov than Tabor, and it's almost embarrassing saying that this isn't as realistic, because you don't know what you're talking about. The reason Tabor is even good in the first place is because Tarkov walked so it could run. So a game that's even more like the best and first looter shooter to come on the scene and blow it up, it's gonna be better in my opinion. Like I mentioned about the healing, having to use syringes, how the bunker works, how you actually, like, even the menus in Contractors compared to Tabor look exactly like Tarkov. The traders work the exact same. Without Tabor ever existing, if I were to imagine Tarkov as a VR game, this is what I would imagine. This exactly. And this game just does everything better. The looting is more enjoyable. It's easier to do. It's second nature. It feels like real life. The gunfights feel so much more consistent and actually fair, instead of my gun flipping out, acting super weird, having no weight to it, and just having really funny recoil patterns that make no sense for the gun that I'm using. Virtual stock or not, characters so much tracked better to my actual real life body instead of Tabor where you turn to the left and it's like you're cockeyed and your whole body's turned over. It doesn't make any sense in Tabor, like how the tracking and the full body and all that works. It's horrible. And this game just shows you how bad it really is. I've always said that Tabor has this funny feeling with guns. Like an M4 and an AK feel the exact same, one just kicks a little bit more, and the recoil doesn't even feel very good. One gripe I had about Showdown was because every time you shoot somebody, it'd have that big, goofy, like Fortnite pop up of the numbers for damages, which I thought was actually going to ruin the game. But in this, it doesn't have that. It's just like Tabor. You shoot somebody and they drop. The scavs in this game are actually really strong. They're really good. They have different difficulties. Some come with armor, some come with barely anything, but you do run into a lot that has actual backpacks and good loot. You can run into those. Now, something I did find a little bit more cartoony about this game is probably the movement. Being able to slide, cancel, and stuff like that is something that I don't really want in a game like this, because it's shooting for a realistic kind of approach, and you don't want to be able to slide, at least crazily. I think sliding is fun, and you can do it in real life, but you're not going to glide down a hill sliding and like that. I think it makes the game a little bit corny seeing somebody slide down an entire hill, and they should just completely remove the sliding mechanic out of it. Just take it out. I don't need it. I never thought I'd like this big of a map, especially for a looter shooter, but it really does feel like Tarkov in a sense. They only have 3 locations, but it's all on the same map and they're separating it. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's the same map from the Battle Royale version of the game, Showdown, and it just works. I don't know. I like the loot placement on the actual map itself. I like the areas. I kind of think it's weird not having any doors on the buildings and stuff like that, but again, that's okay, because Tabor didn't have that for God knows how long. Also, something the game does for me that Tabor never could is the amount of anxiety I get in a gunfight. Tabor, people talk about this anxiety where they're so nervous and they're so scared, but it just doesn't happen to me in Tabor. I get a little nervous, but not like I do in Exfil Zone. The way I'm listening to the footsteps, the way I'm listening to all the audio around me, the way I get really immersed into the world of Contractors Exfil Zone is a complete difference than Tabor. I don't know if it's because Tabor has bad graphics compared to Exfil Zone, but I get way way more into Exfil Zone than I ever could Tabor. And I actually like drop everything. I'll quit talking to my chat on stream. I'll quit texting, listening to music, anything. All I will do is lock in, and I can't do anything else. The directional audio in this game is flawless, especially for being on the Quest 2 and 3, because, you know, those aren't the best for directional hearing, seeing that you just have 2 speakers above your ears, but it's really good. I can tell when someone's coming from my left, right, like actual back left, back right, front right, left, you know, whatever, front, back. It's really good directional hearing for a VR game. Now, speaking of like looking crummy, I will admit this game does have a bit of a blur to it. I feel like the anti-aliasing could be turned down just a hair, because it feels like instead of them making it look better and more, the edges being not bad in the sense of like, you know, when you turn off anti-aliasing and it gets like crummy, it's the opposite of that. It's got too much anti-aliasing where it's like super blurry and everything blends together, and it's kind of hard to see people in this game a lot of the time due to that, but it's not the worst thing in the world. It's something you can work with. It's just a bit of a headache. A complete out of left field. You guys know I've always talked about how I like the handling and guns of Contractors, but something I didn't know if I would like or not in this game is the loading mag. So in Tabor, you know, you actually have to put it in a machine. It loads your mag for you. In this game, you actually have to hold your hand up to the magazine and hit A, like you're actually stuffing like little bullets in a magazine. Now, I don't know if you guys own guns in real life, but if you go to load a mag, guess what? You do it just like the game intends you to, but a little bit more so, because, you know, my spring's a little stiff, if you know what I'm saying. But basically what I'm saying is it's a lot more realistic to load magazines in this game, and I actually like it a lot more because you can reload mags in a gunfight instead of having to, like, scrounge around like you have to in Tabor. I feel like ammo is so much more scarce as well. I feel like this game gives you a lot of ammo because it knows you'll reload your mags because its system works so much better than Tabor's. I do not like loading mags. For example, I got in a gunfight, killed a scav, immediately ran back to where I spawned, reloaded my mag, put it back in my gun, made sure I had an extra round in the chamber, the whole deal, and it wasn't a headache. Tabor, you can't do something like that with. That adds a whole new element to the game, because instead of just, if you only have one mag for a gun, guess what? You can just carry a ton of ammo and keep reloading it. This is the biggest difference between Tabor for me and Contractors. The loot wall. Wherever you store your guns, you know, if you play Ghosts of Tabor, that is the most annoying thing to do when you have a bunch of guns, to put your guns up. A lot of people will just stuff them on shelves like I do because it's so finicky, it's so awkward, it's so weird, it does not work, it's horrible. This game actually gives you a highlight. It pops up a shadow of your gun and it says, oh, this is where it's going to be. When it turns green, you're good. If it's red, it won't fit. It works so much better than Tabor, and I don't like this system. I still wish that it was just a solid set place and you could only put so many guns up there. I would rather be limited in that factor, but this game does it right. If you're going to have this type of system, it does it right. It also has the system I say, the slotted system. Right below your heels, you just put the gun where it's supposed to go. Now, this is a little finicky to get it perfect because there's no highlight that pops up to show you, oh, I'm putting this down and it's going to be completely rotated. But it works. I don't know why all games just don't have, oh, a slot you put your gun in. Here you go. Or make them adjustable, something. I don't know. You can make them adjustable and fit, but please have a system at least as close as you can to exfil zones or better, because I still don't like this system. It's not enjoyable. It's hard. It's annoying, but it works so much better in this game than it did Tabor. Same with just the looting in general. The backpacks feel so much more stable and sound. You can put loot in it and it's not constantly dropping out on the ground. You're not having to constantly duck down and grab stuff off the ground. You can put guns on most bags instead of like the sports bag. That's the only one you probably can't stuff a gun on, which makes sense because honestly, a lot of backpacks have like a laptop part where you could just cut a hole through the entire thing and stuff an M4's barrel through. It's really easy to carry a rifle on a backpack, and this game allows you to do that. The biggest gripe I have about this game is the loot. I feel like you can't do naked raids in this game at all. You really have to fight and claw and teeth to find guns and loot and everything that's not just pointless junk. And I get it, this has like Tarkov's kind of task and stuff like that where you have to find certain junk and give it to him to level up your traders, but I still don't like finding junk all the time. I want to find something cool. Give me like a gun, give me something neat. And I feel like it's going to improve when the full release of the game comes out, but I just really wish it would have been better in the playtest. Honestly, I know this video is short, but I got everything I wanted to say out. I know it's a little spotty and random. I haven't really been making videos. I've been away for the holidays, so I'm sorry if this is kind of lazily thrown together and kind of random. If you guys leave me any hate, I understand really, because again, this is just not that great of a video, but it's all I can do for you guys right now. I had a wonderful holiday, and I hope you guys did too. And please, 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 please recommend me games to play for this channel, man. I want to find more things you guys like, and I'm running out of content ideas because I literally just don't know what to do. I want your guys' input because I know you guys will tell me something you want to see, and I want to do what you guys want to see, not something that I just think of. Leave a like, subscribe, and please leave your recommendations down below in the comments. And if you guys get into a discussion about the game or Tabor or anything, please be kind. I know some of you guys are kids and you're not going to listen to this, or you'll get like 2/4 away through the video and just start moaning and complaining. But please, it's better to just be kind in general. I know I talk bad about Tabor a lot, but I play the game, so it's like I'm still supporting it, and I really do love the game. And same thing with Exfil Zone. I don't think Exfil Zone is better or worse than Tabor because it's its own game. I know I'm comparing them right now in this entire video. That's the whole point of this video. But still, they're their own games. So please, before you like hate on one or the other and not try either of them out, try both of them out and see which one you like more. You can always play for an hour and then get just a refund. So it's like, just do that. Personally, I do think it's a pretty good deal to get Contractor Showdown, though, because you do get the Battle Royale version of the game and Exfil Zone for very cheap. So do keep that in mind if you go to purchase anything. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I got to work on this video. It's really late already, and it's holidays, so I'm just having to kind of stuff it into my time. But I hope you guys liked this video, regardless how lazy it was and how thrown together it is. I really hope you like it, and I'll see you guys next time.